Sintomer, political science professor at multiple universities in the United Kingdom and France. Yves, if you are President Emmanuel Macron right now, how worried are you?
I would be very worried. Very worried because, first of all, it's a disaster for President Macron, both a personal disaster but also a political disaster. He has lost his relative majority. A large majority of political leaders and citizens hate him, and he has nearly no choice now to influence what will happen next Sunday, which will be the decisive moment.
What's been the driving force behind the popularity of the far right?
There is not one reason. There are several reasons. There is a reason which is linked to the French political system. President Macron has governed alone in a very vertical way without any consultation and participation of the people, and a lot of citizens can't stand this anymore. Another dimension is the fact that France is not in a state, and that a lot of people, especially in the province, have the feeling of being left behind and don't want to be left behind. Third, there is also, and this is not specific to France, a trend towards a more, nationalist and racist movement, and the refusal of immigrants, which could, in this perspective, endanger the national French culture.
Well, the people who are not happy, from economic to political to social issues, do they think the national rally by Marine Le Pen and Jordan Bardell is going to make life better or easier for them in any way?
What is heard very often is that the left has been governing, the center-right has been governing, the right has been governing, and they didn't make it. So let's try the only ones who have not governed yet. So I think there is a mix of anger, refusal of what is done by the President Macron, and for some of them, some hope that it will be different and better.
So tell us what we know about Jordan Bardell, only 28 years old, and he could become France's next prime minister, the youngest ever.
And for the first time in French political history, the far right could govern after having been democratically elected, and this would be really something new, very dangerous for France, but also for Europe, which would be much weakened if this happens.
And what about in terms of international and domestic policies? What kind of change can the French people expect if the far right is very much part of the government?
In this case, much probably at international level, a more authoritarian political culture and culture to court would develop on the international relations. It is probable that a new government governed by the far right would be less pro-American and more inclined to deal with Russia in the Ukraine war, and most of all, will not push towards a more unified and dynamic Europe.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Yves Sintomer, thank you very much.